Anyways, hey everyone, this is Sarah and welcome back to my channel. On today's video I'm gonna be speaking about something that's incredibly special to me, and I'm just like so excited that I get to sit down here today in front of the camera and talk to you about this. Like, you have no idea, I'm so happy. So, as you could already see in the title of this video, I'm gonna be talking about pride, I'm gonna be talking about LGBTQ stuff, juicy, wonderful, beautiful stuff, and maybe, probably, most definitely, by the end of the video, I'm gonna be like going through some decks, not really LGBTQ decks because I don't really have decks with many people in them, but I'm still gonna be going through some nice colorful decks because, you know, I love colors. So we're gonna be going through some colors, maybe pulling some cards. We will see how the vibe goes because I never structure anything, I flow through life. This was so unnecessary to say. But yeah, anyway, so the reason why I decided to make this video is because this is topic so close to my heart. It's incredibly close to my heart, and spoiler alert, yes, I am a part of LGBTQ community myself. Now, this is not really going to be like getting out of closet video because I'm actually out of closet for quite a few years now. Even though, fun fact, when you happen to be a person in like my position, which is super spoiler alert, a bi person in a relationship with an opposite gender, in like a long-term relationship with them, coming out of closet, it kind of becomes like this sport. It's just something you do. Like every now and then, you just like do it again and again and again. Because there's always someone new coming to your life or a new situation that you are in, you know, and people just like to assume that you are straight. And I'm gonna tell you something, there are very few things that upset me more than being mistaken for a straight person. Now, nothing wrong with straight people. I love my straight people in my life, I have plenty of them. But, you know, having like completed, and not completed, but having gone through all this journey that I went through when it comes to my sexuality and stuff like that, like stuff, you know, surrounding that, going through all that only to be mistaken for a straight person, hell no, hell no. So yeah, that was a little bit of a long ramble about the reason number one why I want to talk about this topic, because it's close to my heart. And the reason number two is because it's June, it's Pride month, and it's also my birthday month, which I always say it's like the most perfect combination ever. So I thought, when would be better to talk about this than right now? So yeah, here I am today talking about this. So I think that would be it for the extremely long intro. So make yourself comfortable, grab yourself something nice to drink. I only have water, so I'm not gonna be like that. Anyway, make yourself comfortable and let's get into the video. Okay, so Pride. I think I'm gonna start by giving you a little bit of background, a little bit of, you know, where I come from or what my sexuality is, how I identify, all the good stuff. So as I already mentioned in the intro, I am a bisexual. Now, just a little bit of clarification, being bisexual means I'm attracted, I'm romantically attracted to two or more genders. Now, very important thing here, two or more genders. Some people like to assume that bisexual means that you like men and women, and not necessarily. It really depends on a person, it's really individual, but it can also most definitely mean that you can also be attracted to trans people, gender fluid people, I know, non-binary people, etc. Okay, which would actually be my case, even though I haven't necessarily dated a trans person, nor non-binary person or gender fluid person. I have most definitely crashed on trans people before, on non-binary people and gender fluid people. Some people are just incredibly beautiful and attractive, okay? Let's just leave it there. So yeah, that would be my sexuality. Now, the first moment I realized I was bi, okay, first of all, I think I kind of knew I was bi my whole life, literally since I was a child. But you know, when you're a child, and especially when you grow up in this like traditional environment, traditional in a way that there was not really like, not much of a conversation around LGBTQ in general. It's not like my parents would be against it. They would just not talk about it, ever, ever. And no one, not just my parents, no one in my environment would talk about it, you know. So yeah, it was just something that I like felt, but I did not have like the vocabulary for it, or I did not know, you know, I didn't have the means to understand it, if you will. Now, when I was around 16, 17, I think I kind of started like getting a little bit more familiar, you know, with some terms, and like, you know, it was by the time I started like being more like on the internet, if you will. So this sounds like so old, but I promise I'm not. I'm gonna get into that later. But anyway, yeah, basically I started getting familiar with like LGBTQ topic, etc. And I started realizing like, hey, so I've been like feeling this something, right? In this case, attraction towards women. And at first I thought like, okay, like, does this mean I'm a lesbian? You know, there was this time I really thought I was a lesbian. And my first reaction was like, oh no, like literally, oh no, I can't, you know, I can't be a lesbian. Like, what the hell? Like, what is everyone gonna say? Because yeah, I'm that kind of a cliche. I had these people who would just, I just thought it was like a flaw, okay, which is horrible. And please, if you're watching this video and if you're, you know, part of the LGBTQ community, if you're a lesbian or gay and you are, you know, scared or anything, I know what it's like. I've been there, and don't worry, it's gonna be okay eventually. If you're in that place, I'm just saying, okay. I want to say more things, but I feel like I would have to like go really deep, and I don't want to like deviate too much from what I was talking about. So again, apologies. This video is really gonna be all over the place, not like the others are not. But anyway, yeah, so I thought, okay, so there's something might be wrong with me, right? And I'm like so sorry to myself for even having this thought, but it is a thought I had. So basically what I did was, okay, I'm gonna date as many men as I can, so I can like get rid of the attraction towards women. It did not work, if you've been wondering. It's a stupid idea in the first place, but yeah, I basically dated men throughout my teen years, you know. And by dated, I don't mean I was like actually like I wasn't really like hooking up with men. I was just like going out with them and like making out, and you know, basically I've been like trying to crush only on men. And it actually confused me even more, because I realized I actually was crushing on men. So it produced this like, what the hell is going on? You know, like why? Why? And then actually I came in contact with the term of bisexuality. I think I forgot to say that. When I first started realizing I'm crushing on women, I did not know bisexuality was a thing. So there you go, okay. So then I basically came to contact with the term bisexuality, and I was like, oh, okay, so maybe I'm not okay, maybe there is nothing wrong with me, maybe I'm just bisexual. Sorry, I'm laughing. It was really hard at the time, okay? Like the 17 years old me, like I would really like to hug her, because she was like so confused, you have no idea. She was so freaking confused. Anyway, the point is I actually came to realize that, okay, I'm bi. And I actually started accepting that, you know, and eventually I started, you know, telling people in my close environment. Eventually I told my mom and dad. Now they're separate, you know. They are not separate, they are separated would be the word, I think. So I had to actually go to my mom and tell her, and then actually go to my dad and tell him. And it was scary as hell. Now both my mom's and dad's reactions were it's not like they were not supportive, okay? But still, I'm laughing because it wasn't that bad. They were also not cruel or harsh or anything, but they had a very particular, very different reactions to what I told them. And it was like, I told them and we never spoke about it again. I felt okay, because I was like, okay, I told you, my soul is at peace now, even though neither of you are actually accepting that. Like both, as I said, I'm not really gonna tell you what they said to me, but both kind of like denied it and just said something, you know, I don't know, I want to say something just like kind and diplomatic about it, but it was rather uncomfortable. But anyway, doesn't matter. The thing is, I came out to them, and yeah. Anyways, so that would basically be my background, and my LGBTQ background, if you will. And there are actually a couple of things I want to touch on regarding bisexuality, because there are so many things, but I don't want to make this video, I don't want to make this video like 2 hours long, even though this is literally something I could speak about forever, but I'm gonna try to keep it short, like reasonably short. I'm gonna do my best, okay? So, I want to talk about some misconceptions about bisexuality, because as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, people like to assume I'm straight for a couple of reasons that I told you, and it really bugs me. It really does bug me. And other things that bug me are some of the misconceptions I'm gonna be talking about now. So I'm gonna touch on just a few, okay, as I said, to not make it too long. So the misconception number one: people just love to assume or say or whatever that bisexuality is like it's a phase. I'm sure people also say this about gay people, but I can't speak for you guys. I can only speak for bisexual people, not even for bisexual people in general. I can only speak for me. Also, my favorite disclaimer, here it goes. Anything I say in this video or in any other of my videos is purely my personal opinion and my personal experience, and I'm in no way trying to preach to anyone or like, you know, tell anyone what to do or assume that anyone is doing things like I do. So anyway, just wanted to quickly insert this here. Now let's continue. So basically, people like to assume that bisexuality is a phase, or it's like a person who claims to be bisexual is just confused, or even better, bisexuality is just something physical, like, oh, so you just want to, you know, like hook up with multiple genders, whatever. Oh my god. Okay, first of all, bisexuality is not a phase, because I'm a proof of that, okay? Because yeah, I basically, as I mentioned, I felt bisexual my whole life. I came in terms with bisexuality around the age of 16, 17, and I'm gonna, yeah, here goes like a very cool personal info about me. I'm turning 27 in a few days. Yay! Slowly getting out of comfort zone and telling you about me. Ooh. Okay, it's funny, I can talk about my sexuality, but I will not share my age, and I just did. Anyway, yeah, I'm turning 27. So, it did not go away. It did not go away. If anything, it became like even more anchored in me, you know, like the bisexuality. Like I'm more, like, I feel like with each day, each year, I feel more and more bisexual. And the interesting thing is, it kind of ties to what I said before that people like to assume that I'm straight because I'm partnered with a man currently. I'm in a long-term relationship with a man. And people are like, how can you be bisexual? Like, it was just a phase maybe, and it's not. And it doesn't actually matter who you are with. I'm still very much bisexual. And it is because bisexuality is not really about who you are partnered with, okay? Super important. So please, again, if you're someone watching this video and you have been told this, you know, or you're dating the opposite gender, but you still know you're bi, but people are invalidating that, don't listen to that bullshit, okay? If you know, you know. And I'm always saying that because I have always knew I was bisexual, even when I was single, even when I was like hanging out with a woman, even when I was dating a man, I still knew, okay, because it's something that you just know, and I can't stress this enough. It's just, it's you know it, you feel it, okay? It's like, it's a part of you. So, yeah, basically, this is what I wanted to say, that when you are with someone, it's because you chose a person. I think I saw this is not like my phrase, I saw this written somewhere, and I don't know who said it originally, so my apologies if I don't quote the person, but I saw this quote that said that people, bisexual people who are in a relationship with a person of whatever gender, it's because they chose a person, not the gender. So me being with a man does not mean that I chose men, because also This is another thing, but I have this thing against men sometimes. But it's for different reasons, okay? And not the topic of this video, but I chose a person, not the gender. So the person I'm with happens to be a man, okay? So, yeah, there is that. But bottom line is, I'm still bisexual, and I know a lot of people can relate to that. But in case you are struggling with this situation, just let me tell you that it's okay, and you're not alone. We all struggle with that. I mean, all bisexuals in this kind of relationships probably struggle with that. I just said I'm speaking for myself, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, if you're bisexual in a relationship with an opposite gender, please let me know if you struggle with that. It would be nice to know I'm not alone, but I'm almost sure I'm not alone in this. Anyway, again, too much ramble about this. So, definitely not the phase. Being partnered with an opposite gender does not erase your bisexuality. And when it comes to like bisexuality being only about like the physical stuff, again, I'm sorry I have to argue, because a part of being bi, I'm also a demisexual, and I'm never sure how to pronounce it, which means, just a quick explanation for people who don't know, it means I do not experience physical attraction towards someone unless I create a strong romantic bond with them. Yeah, so again, it kind of like, it doesn't go with what people would assume about bisexuality in my case, you know. So there is that. Now, another misconception I want to talk about. Now I realized I kind of wanted to like number them, and then I just like just spilled like 3 at once. I am sorry. Anyway, another misconception I wanted to mention is that people like to think that bisexuals are somehow more likely to cheat on their partners because we are attracted to both genders. And like, sorry, but if you are a straight person and you're in a relationship with someone, right? Are you seriously like crushing on and flirting and like doing stuff with all of the people of opposite gender that are in your life? Oh, no, you aren't? Well, why would I do that? Why? I mean, yes, I do feel attracted to both men and women and other genders, as I established in the beginning. But that does not mean that I'm crushing on everyone around me, okay? Not at all, actually. It's actually even like difficult for me personally to actually crush on someone because of other stuff, okay? Again, like personality and etc. So, like, me being bisexual does not mean that I'm suddenly flirting with literally every human being that I meet, okay? I don't do that. I am kind of flirty, yes. I have a lot of Libra placements in my chart, but it does not have to do anything with my bisexuality, okay? It's just those are my Libra placements, okay? Let's blame it on that. But yeah, anyway, no, jokes aside, what the hell, this assumption even? I never quite wrapped my head around it, but I just wanted to say it's stupid, okay? Stop believing that. Anyway, I just realized I don't even know if this video is supposed to go towards like straight people or like LGBTQ people, because if you're a straight person watching this, I really hope you don't feel uncomfortable or attacked or anything, because it's not my goal at all, okay? I want love and peace and everything. But yeah, maybe you can learn something from this weird bisexual person. And if you're an LGBTQ member, if you're part of LGBTQ community, I don't know, I just hope you're having at least a little bit of fun, because yeah, I guess it's gonna just add to the chaos of this video, but it is what it is. Also, have you seen that my shirt today matches the bi flag colors? Also, I have bi flag, but it's hanging over there. I just realized I could have just hanged it behind me, but I didn't. Anyway, let's proceed. Okay, what else? I think I kind of touched on the things I wanted to touch on. There are probably, as I said, there are so many more things to talk about, but I don't really want to, like, again, make this like 2 hours long. So if you have any questions whatsoever, if you want to talk about, you know, pride, etc., if you want to share your experience with me, or if you want to tell me about, you know, your experience, I already said that. Let me know down below. I'm gonna be super happy if like people actually talk about these things. And if you are someone who is still in the closet and you are you know, going through all that difficult stuff right now, again, let me just tell you that it's gonna be okay eventually. If you want to reach out to me, if you want to chat, if you want any advice or just a little bit of support, a little bit of love, let me know, and I'm gonna be trying my best to aid you as best as I can. Okay, so with all that being said, people who came here to see the decks. Let's go to the decks! Yay! As I mentioned, I think I mentioned, I don't actually have like an actual LGBTQ decks because I don't really have decks that have people in them. So it is a kind of a tricky to find, you know, LGBTQ decks. But as I mentioned, I really love colors, I love colorful decks, and even though some of my decks are pretty dark, I do have plenty of colorful decks. Now, I'm gonna begin with the very first one, and this is not gonna be a surprise. And you know what, let's do one thing. If you have been following me here, if you've been watching my videos, make a guess which deck. I don't have many decks in my collection, so it's not that hard, but make a guess which deck is one of my most colorful decks. Now, if you want, pause this video, think about the decks I have, if you want, make that guess. If you want, comment it down below, and I'm gonna show you now in 3, 2, 1. Yay! Santa Muerte Tarot by Fabio Listrani. Now this is my favorite tarot deck of all times. You know that I have a full walkthrough of this deck. No, it's actually not a full walkthrough, it's just a video where I'm just like basically loving this deck. I'm gonna leave the link somewhere up here and you can go check it out. Now it is, as I said, it is one of my most colorful decks. Again, it is not really LGBTQ, okay, because even though there are skeletons in this deck, okay, but even though there are skeletons, they are still kind of like gendered, like you can tell, okay, like look at the mariachis in the suits, so yeah, you can still tell they're men, okay. However, it is literally one of the most colorful decks that I have, and I just love this deck, so I just wanted to, you know, just show it to you a little bit, because it's just, it's beautiful, it's pretty, and it really gives you like the, I was gonna say it gives you the party vibe, and we get the very sad looking Ace of Cups. Okay, party! Okay, there we go, the Sun card, my favorite card in the deck. So yeah, basically I love to work with this deck actually all year long. When I got this deck, one of my friends told me like, oh, this is gonna be such a good deck to work with during Halloween, and I was like, what do you mean during Halloween? Like, I use this all year long. And also this is my travel deck, so I travel with it. So yeah, Santa Muerte Tarot by Fabio Listrani. Woo! Okay, I don't know what I wanted to do now. So yeah, a lot of colors, very vibrant, very beautiful. Cardstock is a little bit funky. It's a little bit like tough. Tough would be the word? I don't know. But it's published by Los Carabios, so if you know, like, Los Carabios decks can be weird. But anyway, Santa Muerte Tarot by Fabio Listrani. Let me put this back to the box. Now the deck number 2 I'm gonna be showing you is the deck I think I have not shown on my channel before. It's also Fabio Listrani's deck. Very similar theme, and it's Santa Muerte Oracle. Also published by Los Carabios. Now I got this oracle to actually match the Santa Muerte Tarot because they are, I mean, they're beautiful together, they work beautifully together, and they're even supposed to work together. I am actually planning on making a video. Now here I go saying I'm planning on making the video on that. Have I actually made any video that I mentioned in other video? Let me know, I don't know now. I think I might start writing these ideas down and actually do them. Not a bad idea. Okay, Santa Muerte Oracle by Fabio Listrani. So again, this deck is so beautiful, it's so colorful. Again, not exactly LGBTQ, but the colors of this deck, I mean, this is probably the most vibrant deck that I actually got. I mean, it's so beautiful. There are no titles, just numbers. I mean, look at this. Look at this! Oh, I just love it so much. So yeah, I actually haven't worked with this deck in a while, but I think I'm gonna start again because I kind of miss working with this one. And I mean, the colors are just precious. So this is not gonna be the whole walkthrough, so just the last card. Yeah, ending with bisexual colors. Colors of bi flag. I love this. So that would be the... What did I do to my hair? That would be the Santa Muerte Oracle. By the way, the backs are literally the Ouija board. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make the video about this one. It's super interesting. The next deck is the deck that I did actually featured on my channel, and it's the... Again, I chose this one because of its colors. It's one of my most colorful decks that I have as well, even though it's a little bit more like pink. Now, can you guess which one it is? I'm actually quite interested. If you are already getting familiar with my decks, it would be kind of fun for me to see. So the deck in question is the Threads of Fate Oracle Lumen Edition. I love this deck. I actually stopped working with this one for a while, and I started working with it, and nowadays I'm literally reading with it like every day. Quite literally every day. And it's been awesome. It's very dreamy. It's got this like gold foil, and it kind of like changes colors depending on, you know, like how you move it, how you angle it. Yeah, so beautiful. Again, I'm having like, it's giving me strong bisexual vibes. Mostly because there is a lot of pink and blue and purple. Also a lot of green actually, but like, look at it. Look at that, so beautiful. I actually use this one a lot for dream work, but lately I've been also like pulling these just to like get the general vibe. Play. Okay, so one last card. It's, what is this? Get Creative, yeah. Okay, so Threads of Fate Oracle Lumen Edition. Now, I believe this deck has like two more editions. One is like Shadow or something, and the other one is... I'm not sure. Like something even more dark, I think. Yeah, like... Hold on, black with gold? I'm not sure. Check it out. The company is called Threads of Fate. It's these two girls, I believe. And the last deck that I want to be showing you today is also a deck that I haven't featured on the channel before. And there are two reasons I want to show you this deck. One, it is also super colorful, and it just matches the vibe that I chose for today. And two, very important reason, one of the creators of this deck is actually a trans person. Now, I'm gonna leave you the names of the creators on the screen because I can't actually remember their names, and probably wouldn't be able to pronounce them correctly. But anyway, the deck in question is Living Altar Oracle. Now you can see the names of the creators on the screen right now. And this deck is, I mean, I love this deck so much. Some people bitch about it being like huge or whatever, but I think, I mean, it's gorgeous. I mean, look at the box. It's red inside. And the deck has red edges, so it has red edges. Now, I did not edge this, okay? In this case, it is actually, it comes like this. So beautiful! And this is the deck. It's very particular artwork, so it's probably not for everyone, but I mean, these cards are just gorgeous. And what I love about this deck as well is that the cardstock, it has this like rose petal finish, which is probably like my favorite thing. Like, I just love touching these cards. They're so soft, so beautiful, like I love it. So yeah, and again, like such beautiful colors, so witchy also. It's very beautiful. And it's also very powerful to work with, to read with, to also, you know, incorporate it into like magical workings, etc. So yeah, one more card. So beautiful! There are actually also like a spell cards, but I'm not really going to be showing you this because I'm planning another video all about decks to work with in magical practice. So stay tuned for that. So this was Living Altar Oracle. Now I told you I was probably also gonna like pull some cards for this beautiful month of June. So you know what, I'm gonna pull a card from this beautiful deck from Threads of Fate, because I kind of know this deck, so it's gonna be easier, you know. So let's just see. Let's just have like a general a loving message for month of June, for a beautiful Pride Month. Yay! Okay. I did not need to sing about it. By the way, I can't sing, you know, if you've been wondering. I'm a dancer, and I don't sing. So apologies if this was a little bit like, oh, can you like shut up? But yeah, yeah, I will. Promise. Anyway, so the message for the beautiful month of June and for our Pride is, oh, okay, take risk. Now I love this card because literally the very first thing that came to my mind when I saw this card is that if you are still in closet and if it's kind of safe for you to like come out, but you are kind of like, oh, but maybe not, what are people gonna say, you know, and if you're kind of like hesitant about it still, this is your sign. Take a risk. Tell, you know what, tell one friend, tell one person. It doesn't have to be like, you don't have to publicly come out or anything. You don't have to tell your parents, that's scary, I know that. You don't have to like come out to your entire family. But tell one friend or just a stranger on the internet, you know, or I don't know, just do something, take that risk that's gonna make you feel alive. Or another thing that just came to my mind, if you have a crush, speaking about crushes, if you have a crush and you've been like really wanting to talk to them, but it kind of been like postponing that because like, nah, I can't really, like, what are they gonna say? Go ahead and tell them, ask them out, or I don't know, just reach out, say hi, take that risk. This month is perfect for that. I mean, it's June, it's Pride Month, so come on, let's take some risks together, okay? If you know, I was gonna say I'm gonna take a risk, but I actually did. I did take quite a weird risk a few days ago, and it doesn't end bad, it didn't end good either. Why am I talking about this? I don't know, you take a risk, it's gonna go well, okay? And if it doesn't, I am sorry, but anyway, at least you will know, okay? But I believe that it's gonna be good. Taking a risk is amazing, actually. It makes you feel alive. It gives you this sparkle of life, like, I'm actually alive, I'm taking risks. So yeah, take a risk. And you know what, let's pull one more card from some other deck, because why not? Also, my camera is overheating again, but don't worry, baby, you can do that in a few more minutes. Okay, let's pull a card from this Santa Muerte Oracle. Now I'm gonna have to be using the guidebook for this one, because as I said, I haven't read with this one forever, so I don't really remember the names of the cards because they are just numbered. But let's see, what is the Santa Muerte Oracle gonna tell us this beautiful June? Let's see. Now actually this is like such a small deck, small as in it's only 30, no, how many cards is there? 32 cards, yeah. It's just 32 cards, it's kind of funny to shuffle. But anyway, so what is the Santa Muerte Oracle gonna tell us for the month of June, for our beautiful Pride Month? What do we have here? 22! I have no idea what this card means, so just a second. Okay, so I'm back. I quickly checked it. So this card is actually called Intellect, and it kind of speaks about rationality, analyzing, you know, being logical about things. So I'm thinking maybe this Pride Month you can kind of try to educate yourself, right, about kind of like important LGBTQ stuff, such as, you know, I don't really want to go into like politics, but you kind of have to a little bit when it comes to LGBTQ rights, etc. So maybe educate yourself on like different ways how you can maybe contribute to the community, how you can help LGBTQ community out, regardless whether you are a part of it or not. And also try to educate yourself for the sake of actually knowing things. You know, if there's something you don't understand, whether it is some kind of a term. As I mentioned, I spoke briefly about bisexuality, and I spoke briefly about demisexuality. If there's something that you never heard before, or something that you know that you wanted to like kind of look up but you haven't, this is the time to look it up. This is the time to like kind of educate yourself and, you know, become more knowledgeable and more intellectual regarding the LGBTQ topic. So that's something interesting that we got right there. And lastly, because I'm really enjoying this. Now, I don't know how long this video is actually gonna be. My apologies if it's like too long. But, okay, let me just reorganize everything. Actually, my cat is literally lying on all of my decks right now. Okay, so let's grab Santa Muerte Tarot as well. And let's pull a tarot card for it as well. I should have probably started with this one, right? Anyway, I said this video is all over the place. This video is chaos, but a beautiful one, isn't it? So, okay, what does the Santa Muerte Tarot have for us? Now, apologies if I'm looking... of course the devil... of course the devil wanted to jump out. Am I allowing him that? I mean, this is ridiculous, but I'm literally featuring the devil in every video. So you know what? I'm gonna put him right here, okay? We are gonna acknowledge his presence, okay? But we're gonna pull one more card. So, anyways, what I was saying, I'm sorry if I'm watching, if I'm looking at the screen too much. It's just that the camera is still overheating, and I'm just like checking whether it doesn't stop recording, so I don't just like speak to myself and without actually recording the video. Okay, so what else, a part of the devil, has the Santa Muerte Tarot for us during this beautiful Pride month? Let's see. Okay, my apologies, it did stop recording, but I left the card right on the top, and don't panic, guys, don't panic, guys, okay? But we got a Three of Swords. I apologize, this is like, yeah, I mean, these cards just love following me around, don't they? If you saw my other video where I was getting comforted by my inner teen deck, I'm gonna leave the link somewhere up here. Yeah, you know that I'm already familiar with this combo, if you will. But yeah, anyway, so we've got Three of Swords and the Devil. Now, I'm gonna interpret this in terms of Pride Month. I'm gonna be speaking especially about people who are probably closeted, you know, and who are, because this is something just like coming to me, like when it comes to my intuition right now. So, for all the people who are currently in the closet and maybe even dating someone they don't really want to date, but they do that because they are trying to convince themselves that they are not really, you know, part of LGBTQ community, you know, like, you know what I'm saying. Something similar to what I did when I was trying to get rid of my attraction towards women by dating men. However, I still liked the men, so it's a little bit different, but you know where I'm getting with this. So for all these people, I'd say maybe this is the time to try to realize that you need to, like, I'm gonna try to put it gently, okay, but you're gonna have to somehow need to stop breaking your own heart and breaking others people's hearts by not speaking your truth, basically, you know, because it's kind of harmful. I actually dated a gay person briefly. Another super random fact about me. And it was really hurtful, harmful, so much for him as it was for me. It was a really uncomfortable situation. Now, we were teenager, okay, I forgave the guy, he's so sweet, by the way. So he didn't know better, I didn't know better. It was a messy situation, but it was like, we ended up heartbroken, like both of us, because none of us, it just wasn't, you know, clicking very well. So this is kind of what I'm thinking here, like maybe this is the month and this is the moment when you might try to take different choices regarding, you know, that kind of situations. Just something that came to my mind. And then there is the devil, which again, the devil just likes to be on my channel. So I'm gonna leave the video where I speak solely on the devil. It's a super interesting video, I recommend you to watch it. But in this particular case, I think the devil is also here to remind you to actually live your life, you know, to again take risks. I actually already put the other card to the box, the one that said take risks. But yeah, basically where I was going with this is that the devil is kind of, what I feel, he's kind of like here to tell you to actually take risks, to actually live your life the way you want to. And do not think that you have to like stuck to something, you know, do not think that you have to live your way and your sexuality in some traditional way, you know, like you have to do the how can I say it, like basically just be yourself, you know, embrace the beautiful art of being yourself. Now I know this is kind of a weird phrase to say, but basically this is what the devil says to me usually. It's like, own your choices, you know, because choices are not inherently good or bad. Another thing that I believe in, choices are just choices, you know, like sure there are consequences and you have to choose your consequences basically, but what I'm saying is that do not live your life for other people. If you want, you know, something different for yourself, if you want to like speaking about this particular topic, if you want to like explore your sexuality, if you want to explore who you are as a person, you are more than free to do that, and it doesn't make you bad, and it doesn't make you you know, it just makes you you, and it's the beauty of life. Now I know that this was a rather poetic interpretation of the devil, but yeah, I tend to get a little bit poetic and cheesy when it comes to the devil, but yeah. Basically this is what I'm sensing here. So also regarding that, it's like, it's kind of like make your own choices. Don't be afraid, rather don't be afraid to make choices that's gonna actually make you happy, you know, even if that means, also another thing that just came to my head, even if that means maybe breaking someone else's heart. Like let's say you are, as I mentioned, you are with someone that you really don't want to be with because actually you feel like it's just not working because of your sexuality maybe. I know it sounds maybe a little bit selfish, but don't be afraid to break their heart, because eventually it's still gonna happen. As I mentioned, I dated a gay guy. It hurt eventually, but it would hurt more if we were to prolong it or whatever, you know. So yeah, I think that would be it. And actually no, because I realized I pulled cards from all of my decks that I brought here except for the Living Altar Oracle, and I'm not gonna leave it there. So I'm just gonna put these beauties back into the box. And we are gonna pull an Oracle card from the Living Altar Oracle. Now I'm also gonna have to probably use the booklet for this one, because this one is a little bit tricky as well. So anyway, let's see what does the Living Altar Oracle has to say. Now I'm again checking whether the camera isn't overheating, because yeah, as I mentioned. Okay, so this is such a chunky deck. I have to be shuffling it like this, and sometimes the cards just like fall all over the place. Yeah, this is why people kind of bitch about it, but I still like it. So what does this deck has to offer us? Okay, we've got Balsamic Moon. So again, let me just quickly check what the booklet has to say about this one. Okay, guys, I have to read you this thing because you will not believe this. So, Balsamic Moon. I rejoice in the heartbreaks of moments past and embrace their release, emboldened by the ecstatic gift of sacrifice. I expand into new depths of my capacity to build, to destroy, to be broken, to rise, and to build again. I surrender to the space between what was and what is becoming. I allow this space to neutralize my regrets and normalize nostalgia. I affirm that I'm free from the pain of past heartbreak and the obligation to past success. Now, what was I just talking about with the Three of Swords, you guys? Okay. Anyway, as what I have co-created is devoured by the hunger of the world, I now realize what it is to sacrifice. To continue forward with hope, I must release the names I have answered to in the past. My sacrifice is the foolish surrender of moving on. So tired and sacred, I'm showered in the blessings of wisdom. Now, didn't we get the intellect card from the other deck? Anyway, I love this stuff. Okay, where was I? Raw and formless, I am cloistered by the beauty of death. I find sanctuary in completion. I rest in the graveyard of my memories. I'm comforted by the glimmering possibilities whispering through my dreaming. So again, regarding to the Pride Month, it's like put to rest whoever you were before and step into your true light and true colors and live your truth, because it's beautiful and there's just nothing more satisfying than actually living your truth and living, you know, like fully embodying who you are. Okay, so this was the last message for this video. Now I think I'm gonna end this video. I'm just gonna quickly put the deck back before my camera turns off again. So I think this would be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I apologize for it being all over the place, but you know me by now, and if not, hi, this is me, I'm messy, okay? So yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed. If you want to hang out with me a little longer, I invite you to watch other videos available on my channel. Also, if you like this video, please like and share and subscribe. Now this sounded like what a YouTuber would say. Anyways, and what else? I know, I just wish you a lovely day. I wish you a lovely Pride. I hope you're enjoying yourself and the colors, and I hope that yeah, I just hope you're happy. I want everyone to be so happy. Now I'm gonna cry because I'm cheesy like that. Anyway, have a nice day, stay kind, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.